everybody. Time to get into it. NBA action on 2K Sports. Alongside Hall of Famer Grant Hill and Coach Stan Van Gundy, this is Brian Anderson. Allie LaForce joins us from the sidelines. And with the season still getting up to full speed, here are the latest power rankings. Let's see who's off to the races. You look at the Bulls. They pulled themselves up to the second place spot.
Well, I think for New Orleans, they're in the lower end of the rankings and headed down. Not the position you want to find yourself in. Now, we'll see if they can stabilize in the coming games.
The starters for Utah. We've got Keontae George. He's out there with Brandon Boston, and it's Bailey in at the 3. And for the Pelicans, we've got Herb Jones, Lugens Dort out there with Jonathan Isaac, and it's King in at the point. All right, and what's something you have your eye on at the start of the season?
Well, every year we have a new rule or some kind of change in the officiating that affects how games are played and called. So it's something to watch for.
Now here's Boston. Rob! Here's King. Ooh, nice D from George. Boston, the pass to George. Here's Bailey, tipped away. Here's King. Pass to Flanders. Picked by Isaac. Down low. And the dunk by Isaac.
And that was a big man play by Isaac, going in with intention and dunking it.
Out left to the wing. Bailey, the pass to Sims. Here's Bailey, defended by Jones. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. Herb Jones picks one up. And Grant, when it comes to pure shot-making ability, scouts love Ace Bailey's natural tools.
Yeah, when he's taking good shots, he can carry the offense. Needs to get a little stronger and clean up a few things, but his upside as a scorer is tremendous.
Here's King. His last outing, we saw him score 22. Pass to Flanders. Tries the spin move from deep. And it's King missing. Just over a minute and a half in. George passes to Lou. Back to George. First shot won't go. For New Orleans, they've gone 1 for 3 so far. Pass to Flanders. Here's King. The 3 is up. The rebound by Sims. Boston on the wing. Defended by Jones. Back to Boston. Here's Sims. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Lou. Plenty of space. Yes, and it's George picking up the assist.
Well, when you have a scorer as skilled as he is, you do everything you can to get him the looks he needs.
Here's Flanders. Launches it. And again, New Orleans no good.
Far from an ideal start, only 1 for 5. Let's see if they can turn it around.
Sims, the pass to Bailey. For 3, George. Tipped. Here's King. Utah grabs the miss.
Well, he can't get anything to go right now. It's time to look at affecting the game in other ways.
Sims, the pass to Bailey. The Jazz need to get one up in a hurry. Here's Boston. Jones grabs the board.
Yeah, they're still looking for some cohesion offensively.
King, the pass to Flanders, to the inside. Jones, and the dunk by Jones.
Well, when guys like Jones elevate, watch out.
Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Over to the wing. Here's Bailey. And stolen by Jones. Here's King. Pass to Flanders. Lots of room. And that one drops for him. And a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Pelicans.
Well, our coaching staff has to be happy with how active they've been defensively, forcing turnovers and making the offense uncomfortable.
And something else I've noticed is how they've been able to cause turnovers and take advantage of them on the offensive end, not wasting those extra chances at all.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. Pass to George. Jacks up a 3. It's hauled in by New Orleans.
And it didn't register as an official block, but he did everything you want in disrupting that shot.
Well, you know, sometimes the most pivotal plays don't always go on the stat sheet.
Flanders can't hit.
You can't ask for a cleaner look than that. He just couldn't deliver.
George passes to Boston. Utah moving the ball around. Pass to Lou. Boston outside. Fires, top of the key. Yep, that one's good. The Pelicans have gone only 3 for 9 from the floor. So timeout called here, the first for New Orleans. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing their last matchup with Orlando.
Offensively, it was never their night. The issues they suffered were pretty clear.
Well, when it's all said and done, their offense just wasn't enough. They needed more on that end.
Here's Flanders. Really struggled in the loss against Orlando. Outside for Dort. Fires from deep. Nails it from beyond the arc.
You talk about a guy who made himself into a solid three-point shooter. Lou Dort.
George scanning the floor. Oh, and a fast break for the Pelicans. Here's Flanders. Pass to King. Knocked loose. Here's Flanders. Here's Marks. 5 on the clock. Dort for 3. The rebound by Sims. Jazz trail by 3. All right, let's check in now with Shams Charania, who has breaking news on the Milwaukee Bucks.
Thank you, B.A. They haven't been shy about looking to add another proven scorer to their roster, and pulling the trigger on a Zach LaVine deal gives them the precise type of scorer they hope will round out their offense. LaVine has shown time and time again that he will always be a factor on the offensive end.
Always great to hear from you, Shams. Thanks so much. Flanders can't hit.
I love how they've attacked the boards here in the first quarter.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
Lou passes to Boston. George outside. Pass to Lou. Just 5 to shoot. Back to George. For 3.
Another miss. He is struggling for the quarter.
Another missed shot. He's 1 of 5. Looking shaky out there. Here's Flanders. To the wing on the left. Pass to King. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down.
If you give him any sort of space, he's going to attack.
George passes to Bailey. Back to George. To the middle. Now here's Boston. And he can't get that one. Pass to Marks. Fires for 3. Rebounded by the Jazz. You know, last game they matched up with the Mavs. A tough loss there.
Yeah, I think they'd like to forget that game. You usually want to find some teaching moments, but in this case, it might be best to just destroy the tape.
Well, everyone has off nights. They just need to make sure that they bounce back strong. Well, he got to his spot in the mid-range, and that's a shot he's going to make more often than not.
Timeout called, the Pelicans. So it's both teams making substitutions here. Showing the numbers from last NBA. And the Pelicans going with a whole new group out there. Boston's checked in for Utah. George comes in for Collier. Here's King. Over to the left wing. From downtown. The shot by Webb, no good. For Utah, they've gotten 8 of 14 shots to drop so far in the second. They've got Jonathan Isaac, and it's Marks in at the 3. So that's the group out there for New Orleans. George passes to Bailey. And the go-ahead bucket, no good. New Orleans has gone 2 of 6 from distance here in the second quarter. Pass to Webb, and here's Isaac. Some nice passing by New Orleans here. Here's Webb. He's guarded by Boston. Inside. Here's Marks. Just 4 to shoot. On target from range. Marks has got 5.
And they look more confident now, putting that rough first quarter behind them.
Boston outside. Pass to Lou. Here's Sims. Isaac covering. George, right side. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. When we talk about Keontae George, what stands out to you the most, Dan?
Good question, B.A. I don't know that I'd pick one area. He's good at a wide variety of things. Can handle the ball, pass it, score it, and that gives you flexibility in terms of the guys you put around him.
Here's Marks. He's got 5. Down low, Isaac. Utah grabs the miss. After this game, they can look forward to Detroit, where they will match up against the Pistons. That'll wrap up this short 2-game road trip. Bailey, the pass to Boston. Here's Bailey. Fires the 3. Hits a 3-pointer. 10 points for him.
And for the defense, that is a heart-sinking moment when you see him that wide open from beyond the arc.
Here's King. Outside Tucker from the arc. He's off on that one. Utah shooting pretty well at 45%. Back to Boston. Pass to Lou. Boston outside. Let's go with a 3. And King pulls it down. And for the Pelicans, they're shooting just 38%. Their offense not where they want to be. Marks passes to Webb. Here's Marks. Here's King. Pass to Tucker. 3-pointer. The rebound by Sims. Sims has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Boston with the bucket. The Pelicans trail. 1:07 left in the second period. Here's Marks. Isaac, the pass to Marks. Outside Tucker. There's the triple. He drains out one after 2 misses. Now 1 for 3.
Well-placed pass in the hands of a guy ready to attack.
George outside. 40 seconds left in the first half of basketball. And the Pelicans shooting 48% for the field in this quarter. Right side Tucker. Here's Bailey. He's got 10. Here we go. And that one's good. Webb. And it's a 3-point New Orleans lead.
Oh, that's impactful defense right there. finding a steal and instantly turning it into offense.
George passes to Bailey. And King pulls it down. King's got his 4th rebound in this one. 1 second left. Oh, he got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that's been very close so far. The Pelicans on top, they lead by 3. And we'll be back right after this.
Please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shot. Drumline.
Hello, everybody. Before we dig into the game at hand, let's first catch you up on the trades happening around the NBA.
Trading for someone like Zach LaVine shows initiative. This team wants to be competitive. He's a talented scorer, explosive finisher, and you get the feeling we haven't yet seen the best of him. Very, very talented.
And now let's talk about those Pelicans. This game has been extremely competitive.
This is some retro hoops, pounding the ball inside with intent. Man, I know you love this big fella.
No need to take a million jumpers. Work with the rock down low. Good things will happen, don't you know?
Ooh, you're rhyming and you didn't know it. A poet.
Thanks for joining us. Time to head back over to the third quarter with Brian Anderson.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. New Orleans leading by 3. So the Utah 5 right now. They've got Brandon Boston. He's out there with George. And it's Sims in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Flanders. 3-pointer, no good. And for the Jazz, they're shooting the ball at 43% from the field. Boston outside. Clock at 6. Shot left block. Sims can't get it to go. The Pelicans shooting only 38% from the floor. Not great. Picked by Isaac. Here's King. Off target from 3-point range. Jazz trail by 3. Bailey, the pass to George. Here's Bailey. George outside.
Personal foul. First team foul.
And with a little over a minute gone by, the second half is underway.
Well, that's just a great feel for where the ball was going. He got himself in the right place and made the steal. That's inexcusable defense right there. You gotta contest the shot better than that.
Now here's Boston. He's got 6. Pass to George. Driving to the basket. Shot clock at 5. Oh, great D that time from Isaac.
Well, give credit to the defense for cutting him off. Normally, that'd be easy points for him at the rim.
Now here's Jones. Here's Flanders. He's guarded by Boston. Flanders can't hit.
Well, clearly it hasn't been his best game offensively, but collectively, they've still found a way to get the lead.
That one's good. Sims. Sims has got 7 points.
Well, you love assisted hoops. That's good offense.
Pass to Flanders. Pulls up. Utah with the rebound.
They've come out a little cold after that halftime break. Just 1 of 5 from the field to start the third quarter.
Here's George. And King pulls it down. King's got 5 rebounds tonight.
No matter what he's tried, it hasn't worked. Unfortunately, the team is suffering from that.
To the paint. Goes up and lays it in, nice and easy.
Assertive move. You can tell the game's heating up a bit.
They've been having major problems offensively.
Definitely in a bit of a dry spell.
Oh, there's the alley. Here's King. He's guarded by Boston. Third quarter of basketball here. A little under 3.5 minutes gone by. There's a screen. Here's Flanders. Here's King. Knocks down the triple. He's got 7.
And the defense is really allowing them too much room on the perimeter.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Thanks, guys. The NBA has style. Commissioner Adam Silver said this is a unique league. It's also a lifestyle brand. There's a strong association with music, fashion, culture, and also art. And the way to grow the sport is to appeal beyond those who are hardcore basketball fans. That's where our success has come. Back over to you guys.
Yeah, but we sure love those die-hard fans. Thank you, Allie.
Well, he's more than comfortable in the mid-range, but you can't make them all.
Pass to Bailey. Here's Sims. Here's Lou. He has 6. Here's Sims. Isaac covering. And here's Bailey for 3. Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Now just a 5-point Pelican lead.
That's a pure effort play. Nice tip in.
And that's a skill you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it? Isaac with a screen on George. King, the pass to Isaac. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Isaac's got his second basket.
Possessions that end with close looks, especially for guys like Isaac, those are key to winning games.
And now the first timeout called here for Utah. And it's Utah with the ball. Here's Lou. He takes it in. Uses the glass on the layup. And Grant, when talking about certain players, we hear expressions like, he does the little things, or he does the dirty work. What does all that mean exactly?
You know, it's about what doesn't show up in the box score. Setting good screens, winning those 50-50 balls, hustling back on defense. Often, it's just as important as putting up those points.
They've got Charles Bassey, and it's right in at the power forward position. That's the Pelicans 5. All right, guys, some stats here. The scoring breakdown for the Pelicans.
Well, they've been hitting threes at a high clip, and the defense hasn't done enough to challenge them at the line. They need to close out and run them off the 3.
And another note, how about the way they've cashed in off turnovers, taking advantage when given the extra opportunity. His first 3 of the half, that gives him 9 total points from beyond the arc so far.
Pass to Marks. Here's Flanders. To the inside. Ooh, anticipated the pass. It's a turnover. Here's Bailey. Sinks that one from the post.
Assist from B.J. Boston.
The Pelicans lead by 22. Here's King. Pass to Bassey. Some nice passing by New Orleans here. 6 on the shot clock. King gets the bucket. King's got 10 points here in the second half.
Can you even believe this is the same guy? What a difference here in the second half.
Here's Bailey. Here's Sims. Pass to Boston. Here's the pick. Lets it go. Pelicans cleared away. King's got his 6th rebound on the night.
You have to credit their effort. I mean, they've done an amazing job on the glass.
Bassey, the pass to King. Here's Marks. Here's King. Now here's Bassey. George defending. Bassey, good.
like a matador. Olay! There was no defense. That has to be one of the easier shots I've seen tonight.
An unorganized defense like that is not going to help them close this deficit.
Here's Sims to the left side wing. George outside. Boston outside. From the top of the key, he buries it. New Orleans has gone 3 for 5 from three-point land since the end of the third quarter. Here's King. Pass to Flanders from outside the arc. And it's Boston with the rebound. Utah has gone 1 for 5 shooting from the arc here in the fourth. Oh, a flawless finish on the lob.
Oh, incredible! Save that one. I want to watch it again.
Awesome. Here's King. Right up top. Here's Flanders. There are usually 1 or 2 mid-season coaching changes in the NBA every year. Can those energize a team, Grant?
You know, B.A., we've seen it give teams a boost in the past, but only on occasion. Usually it's a last-ditch effort in a doomed season or simply just turning the page.
Alley-oop up top, hammer it home.
Everyone loves the alley-oop play, B.A.
Yep, one of the prettiest in basketball. Here's King. Pass to Marks. Here's King. Shoots. And again, New Orleans, no good.
Yeah, loose coverage by the defense, but he just couldn't make them pay.
Georgia's shot is off. The Pelicans lead by 20. Here's Marks. Here's King. Pass to Flanders. To get back on track, Utah grabs the miss. Lou's got 9 rebounds in the game. Boy, he's getting it done. And here's George. Bailey, the pass to Lou. George outside. There's the 3. Yes, sir, with the 3.
And the distance between the point totals for these teams tells the whole story. Just a fantastic effort, and you have to give it up for the Pelicans.
And it seemed like steals ended up making the difference in this game.
No question. Their ability to force mistakes and turn them into points gave them an upper hand tonight.
And so this win marks their first victory of the new year.
Always good to start a season series off with a W. They showed tonight they take this team seriously, and the next 2 matchups between these two should be fun.
Here's Bailey. After the basket by New Orleans. Sims can't get it to go. There's 45 seconds left in the game. Here's King. Shoots over George. The putback. Lou with a rebound. On offense, here's Utah. Trailing by 19. George passes to Sims. Pass to Bailey. George outside. The triple drops.
George, 3 points.
So New Orleans takes this one by a large margin. They didn't have too many problems tonight.
They didn't. Just a tremendous team effort. Once they had that big lead, they were not going to let the visitors back into the game.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. Alongside Stan Van Gundy, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson saying thanks for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports. So long, everybody.
Greetings, everyone. Welcome to 2K Sport. And another exciting edition of NBA basketball. I'm Kevin Harlan. Join courtside by Greg Anthony and Doris Burke. And it's Allie LaForce for us tonight on the sideline. Now let's take a look at the starters for New Orleans. You've got Isaac. Jones is out there with Lou Dort. Then it's King. And it's Flanders in at the two-guard spot. And for Minnesota, the wingmen, Edwards and McDaniel. Santi Aldama is out there with Naz Reid. And it's Dillingham in at the point. You know, Doris, one of the fun things about the first weeks of the season, fans getting to know the new faces on their team.
Oh, Kevin, there's so much talent across the league, but if you're adding new talent, you wonder a couple things. How do they fit? How special can they be? Fans just can't wait for tip-off.
And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves getting the first points of the ballgame. And Dillingham over to help. Just 5 to shoot. This one for 3. Reed with the rebound. Timberwolves on offense. It's a 3-point game. And going against New Orleans, their first meeting of the year.
And as you would expect, they came out on top in last season's series against this club, but no reason to expect anything different this time around.
You take nothing for granted. These teams are very familiar with one another, and we expect a close contest.
King, the pass to Flanders. Back to King. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
Now here's Edwards. 23 points his last outing. Pass to Dillingham. Over Flanders. Dillingham, no good. King against Edwards. Dort is screen on Edwards. Outside, Dort. A three-pointer off the mark. Minnesota's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. And it's Edwards, top of the key. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
That is fantastic defense on one of the best three-point shooters in the league. Didn't give him an inch of room.
Boy, they're slow to get it going here tonight. Just 1 for 4 to start.
Here's Dillingham. He had 25 points last game. Reed gets the bucket.
Yeah, Naz Reid, aware that ball hits my hands, I've got to be ready to rise and fire.
And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Over in the corner, Isaac. That misses, had a chance to tie it there.
And they're 1 of 5 to start this game. Just really haven't gotten into a flow offensively.
Here's Dillingham. Good on the 13-footer.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
Here's Flanders. It's a 5-point game. Back to King. Kicks it out to Jones. Trains it from beyond the arc.
When he's hitting that shot, this offense becomes scary. Even even more difficult to defend.
And what happens is the court just opens up. You like seeing him get into a rhythm from outside the arc. Love it.
And Edwards with the stuff.
Anthony Edwards showing you, yes, I am a vertical threat at the rim.
Marks, he's checked in for New Orleans. This is the list of last season's top shooters from the charity stripe. These guys were practically automatic. Take a look at Slim, second in the NBA. So great from the line.
He was locked and loaded from the free throw line all season. Never suffered through any real lulls in that department.
Last game in New Orleans, they picked up the win against the Utah Jazz.
And if you look at the box score from that game, guys, the first thing you'll notice is how many turnovers they forced.
And I think that's a product of being incredibly aggressive. You could see that was a part of their strategy going in, and I thought they were consistently following that the entire game.
Dort misses. And here's Edwards. He'll bring it up for Minnesota. Doris, in any discussion about Lou Dort, the first topic has got to be his defense.
Kevin, I'm going to be honest. I don't think we talk about him consistently enough as a player who should and could win Defensive Player of the Year. If you are a perimeter shooter or a perimeter the last guy you want looking opposite you is Lou Dort.
And here are the Pelicans now, following the three by Minnesota. Here's King, and the dunk to finish it off. Beauty.
My goodness, that was absolutely filthy.
Ugh, nasty. This building is stunned. He dug deep, Greg, into his bag of tricks there. Oh, that's an outstanding view from the AT&T Connected Cam. Back to Edwards. Launches it, and the rebound goes to the Pelicans.
Yeah, but the defenders draped all over him. He just could not shake loose.
Pass to Isaac. Some nice passing here by New Orleans. Marks passes to King. And he drops in the layup off the glass. King's got 8 points. The Timberwolves have gotten 5 of 10 shots to drop in this game so far, right at the 50% mark. Back to Edwards. Over in the corner, McDaniels. That's in, coming off the assist from Edwards. McDaniels got his third basket of the night right there. Here's Flanders. Nothing on the board. Pass to King. Outside, Dort. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. McDaniels outside. Now Eldama. Dillingham with it. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
Man, the triples keep falling, guys. That's 3 in a row.
King, the pass to Flanders. Back to King. Pass to Flanders. King outside. To the wing right side. Shots good by Flanders.
And guys getting into a nice groove here, starting to feel it.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
Minnesota leading by 4. And the Hornets going with a whole new group out there. So for New Orleans right now, they've got Marks. Jonathan Isaac is out there with Webb. Then it's King, and it's Tucker in at the shooting guard. Now here's Edwards. He's covered closely. Marks grabs the board.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Webb can't hit.
Oh, that's a golden opportunity to finish on the break, and he blows it.
It was right there for him. He'd love to have that one back. That was embarrassing.
And there's that transition offense. Push the ball up the floor. The defense can't get set, and you can get some easy baskets here.
Here's Dillingham. 7 points in the game. A three-pointer is right on target. McDaniel's got 12 points in the game.
And this is the game plan for him. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
And right now, Greg, he is doing a great job delivering for this team, productive and efficient.
Now here's King. 14 points from him the last game against Utah.
And don't forget about the work he did on the boards. His rebounding was a huge help in that game.
And let's take a moment now to hear from Shams Charania, who's got some intel from Bucks Nation. Shams, what's happening in Milwaukee?
Thanks a lot, Kevin. They haven't been shy about looking to add another proven scorer to their roster, and pulling the trigger on a Zach LaVine deal gives them the precise type of score they hope will round out their offense. LaVine has shown time and time again that he will always be a factor on the offensive end.
Thanks again, Shams, as always. And here are the Pelicans now, following the bucket by the Timberwolves. Really left alone that time. 11 points in the game.
Boy, as strong as he's been, they're going to need him to continue shouldering the load to try to break through.
Now Dillingham. Pass to Aldama for the three. And the rebound goes to the Pelicans. King left side. And here is Webb. Shoots the three. The putback. It's good on the putback. King's got it back down to within single digits for New Orleans.
Oh, big time putback there. What a great motor on this guy.
There is no one who goes after those rebounds harder. Here's Dillingham. 7 points in the game. Pass to Aldama. Now Edwards getting the close range too.
Boy, Edwards so good in close. This guy has got touch and strength, everything you could ask for.
King outside. And stolen by Dillingham. He takes it in. King with the steal. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
And that's a momentum shifter. A steal leading straight to the basket.
Outside Edwards. Pass to Dillingham. McDaniel's outside. Here's Dillingham. Reed with a screen for Dillingham. 4 on the shot clock. Here's Aldama. Guarded by Webb. Aldama can't hit.
And even against defense as tight as that, you almost expect him to still bury those.
King, the pass to Webb. And he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Right, you could see on that possession, one side playing with a little desperation, the other side losing focus.
Here is Edwards, following the score by New Orleans. And Reed has it in the corner. Taps in the tray. Reed's got 7 points in the game.
This has always been an aspect of Naz Reed's game, the ability to spread the floor from three.
And Dillingham over to help. Lets it go with the three. Count that one, and the Minnesota lead has been cut to just 7 on the basket from Tucker.
And they are absolutely stroking it from beyond the arc.
Pass to Dillingham. inside the arc. And it's King with the rebound. King's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Webb, a screen on Edwards. Here's King, and he takes that one up and powers it through.
Boy, he's been unconscious this quarter. I love the confidence he's playing with.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. With 1 on the clock and a clear foul there as he shot the triple. He'll go to the line for 3 free throws.
Yeah, there was definitely some contact there on the three-point attempt.
For Minnesota, they have made 2 of their previous 3 free throws in today's game.
And they shot 81% from the line last season as a team, so you really can't find fault with what they're able to do there.
And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. We've got more in store for you right after this.
Welcome, one and all. Before we hear Kenny and Shaq's insights on that first half, let's look ahead and check out the upcoming schedule.
I look here at New Orleans. This is the battle we want to see. How do they measure up to a tough opponent?
Yeah, you like to be tested early on. They'll get their wish soon enough.
And returning our attention to this game, a solid first half of the Minnesota Timberwolves.
We expect them to come out and play well. They put on their work clothes. They're taking care of things. That's what good teams do.
This could have been a trap game for them, but they set the tone early, and I like what I'm seeing, man. I like it. I like it.
And that'll do it for halftime. We send you back to Kevin Harlan, who has the second half call.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. Slim having a dominant impact in this game.
He had a fast pass to the lane that first half, got inside on demand.
Now, this guy is such a good finisher on the move, and so far the defense has not been able to counter it.
The wingmen, Edwards and McDaniel. Santi Aldama is out there with Reed. And it's Dillingham in at the point guard. That's Chris Finch's 5 as we get into the second half.
That should give them a nice little jolt.
Yeah, it has to. They need a jolt, GA.
Well, sometimes it's about taking it into your own hands. That kind of individual play could spark his group.
And so it's Minnesota with it, following the score by New Orleans. Just 3 to shoot. Shot from free throw range. Edwards, no good.
Well, that's surprising. This guy is a good mid-range shooter, just can't get it to go.
Outside, Jones. Isaac passes to King. A second chance effort. Isaac misses. And so Edwards will bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Pass to McDaniels. He can't get that one. Good work defensively by Jones. Edwards against King. Isaac outside. That 3 off the mark.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
There's a screen by Aldama. Over in the corner, Edwards. To the inside, Reed. And Reed throws it down.
Man, Naz Reed not only gets off his feet, does it in a hurry and with some strength.
Greg, Anthony Edwards is full of confidence, and it's beautiful to watch.
And rightfully so. Ant can do it all on the floor. As complete of a wing as you'll find in our league.
This certainly isn't how they wanted to start this half. I mean, just 1 for 5 coming out of the break. That is brutal.
Pass to Dillingham. Shot clock at 6. For 3, Edwards. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Jones has got his 4th rebound in this one.
Boy, they've managed without him to a degree, which bodes well for them overall.
And now let's swing it over to Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Thanks a lot. Chris Finch getting buy-in from his players top to bottom. Anthony Edwards said he's such a great coach and just a likable person. He will coach you hard, and he comes in ready to work every day. You look forward to working with someone like that. Back to you guys.
Hasn't bought in. Thanks so much for the report, Allie.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
It's still close, though. These teams have been neck and neck. Let's see the response here.
Here's Aldama. He's got 5. Pass to Dillingham. Reed with a screen for Dillingham. Outside Edwards. For 3, Edwards nails it.
This guy is constantly refining his game, and Anthony Edwards is dangerous from 3.
Now here's Jones. King, the pass to Dort. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark.
Just can't find a shot. It's no wonder they're losing. I mean, he's been completely scoreless all night.
Outside Edwards. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
Yeah, that's 2 straight 3-pointers they've allowed.
Here's Flanders. Dort passes to King. Back to Dort. There's the triple. And rebounded by McDaniels. McDaniels got his 4th rebound in this one. There's the drive. King with the block. And he's able to get it back. And there it is for him.
Boy, he's been so efficient in this one. That helps your team in so many ways when you can put it in the basket.
Pass to King. And Dillingham over to help. Outside, Jones. Now here's King. D right on him. And again, no good by New Orleans.
Sometimes the game requires you to just keep at it, so he's got to be aggressive.
And so it looks like the Timberwolves will retain possession here. And timeout called by Chris Finch. He's ready to talk things through with them.
A moment here now to see the numbers for Anthony Edwards. He's coming off an excellent season, and he was in the top 20 in field goal percentage, able to create offense with tremendous efficiency.
And you only average top 3 in points if you have a particular mindset that you are the guy. Now here's King. Anthony Edwards unable to get his last shot to go in. Back to King. They need this. Aldama with the rebound.
Boy, normally he makes that. Defense gets lucky there.
Outside Edwards. Shoots over King, and he sinks that one in the back of the rim on the way in. Edwards got 8 points here in this quarter. Pelicans trail by 14. King outside. And he uses the glass on the layup. King's got 24 points.
Boy, hard to operate any more efficiently than this guy has this quarter.
Here's Dillingham off on the layup. And so it's Dort with it. He brings it up for New Orleans. King against Edwards. It's hauled in by Edwards. Timberwolves leading by 12. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. Edwards is checked in. And so here is New Orleans. Pass to Marks. Fires for 3. Aldama with the rebound. Aldama's got 4 rebounds now tonight. So for New Orleans right now, Wright is out there with Charles Bassey. Then it's King, and it's Marks in at the 3 slot. Now here's King. Tight defense on him. Over to the left wing. New Orleans moving it around. Pass to Flanders. Just 5 on the clock. It's stolen by Aldama. McDaniels gets a wide open look. That's in, coming off the assist from Edwards. Edwards got his 5th assist in this one. King outside. Here's Marks. King outside. The kick out to Wright. Pocket 6. They get the rebound. King, the pass to Bassey. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Edwards.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
And offensively, a little bit of a careless toss. You could have used a better angle on that pass.
Pass to Marks. Fires the 3. It's good, and it's his 6th make against 11 attempts. You know, DB, I heard some NBA officials talking about having a feel for the game and them drawing a line between playing aggressive and playing rough. What are your thoughts on that?
You know, Kev, this is so fascinating to me because we've seen a reversion back to a little bit more of a physical game. But without some definitive guidelines, it makes the officials' job harder.
Here's Wright. Rebound, Minnesota.
And another miss. Ooh, he's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. Pass to Dillingham. Back to McDaniel. Here's Aldama. From deep three-point land, it's rebounded by New Orleans. King's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Off target from three-point range. Minnesota leading by 18. McDaniels passes to Edwards. Uses the glass to finish the layup. That's 28 points for Anthony Edwards.
Boy, he is just doing it all right now. And the more the ball goes through the net, the more his confidence grows.
Here's King. Pass to Marks. King, right side. Right outside. Bassey, the pass to Flanders. Off target from outside. Minnesota shooting 49% on the game. They'll take that. McDaniels kicks to Edwards. We all hear about AI in the workplace, and I don't mean Allen Iverson, although we could put him in the workplace. Greg, now teams are using computers to break down the action.
Yeah, able to use camera tracking to assess credit and blame, right? So maybe the little things in winning plays that went unnoticed, they won't be overlooked much anymore.
Marks, no good. Here's Minnesota. They're on an 11-3 run. Aldama with the ball. Now Dillingham. The Timberwolves need to get a shot off here. And a miss there on the triple.
Yeah, but the defense was determined not to give him an inch of free space.
Here's Marks. And the Pelicans miss again.